Live, local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 11.
Wet weather coming in from the south, some of it already switching over to a wintry mix up in western North Carolina, and we've had a lot of reports of thunder. I'll tell you what's going on coming up.
I'm just thankful to finally have him home for, the last few years that he has.
A woman is reunited with her dog in the upstate, and after nearly 2,000 miles and 7 years apart, the two will be home together again. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rashad Williams. First, we start with weather. Let's give you another look at that radar. We are tracking a lot of rain and some possible snow in our area. Griffin Hardy is joining us now. Griffin, we had a lot of people calling in about that thunder earlier. I heard it, and people described it as a boom.
Oh, yeah, it was really loud, even right here at the station. Just, I think it was just after 9:45 where we had a big clap of thunder. And it was really loud. Lots of upper level energy in the atmosphere. Higher up in the clouds, you've got a lot of moisture working its way through the atmosphere. Down at the surface, though, temperatures are cold. 42 degrees, feels like 33. Winds are pretty strong as well, northeast at 20 miles per hour. Part of the reason that we had that rolling thunder is because we have a temperature inversion. Again, warmer air, relatively speaking, above the colder air helps the thunder to kind of bounce between the surface and the clouds, which is part of the reason why these claps of thunder are a little bit louder and longer than usual. Fun fact for you there. Satellite radar showing that big mess of wet weather coming in from the south. This rain will continue pretty much the rest of the night tonight, and will probably not transition into a wintry mix fully until late tomorrow morning in the upstate. Further up in western North Carolina, though, it's already started to transition into sleet, possibly some snow showers higher up in the peaks. So western North Carolina is where we have that greatest risk of possible hazardous travel conditions for tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that. Could see some icy roads up there. The winter storm warning is in effect until midnight tomorrow for areas above 3,500 feet, where we could see a wide range of snow amounts, 2 to 10 inches potentially into tomorrow afternoon. Gusts up to 45 miles per hour. I'll take you through the full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Griffin, thank you for going through all of that for us. We appreciate it. Well, all new tonight, deputies in Greenville County are investigating a shooting that injured one person. We're told it happened around 8 tonight on Mayflower Avenue. Deputies said when they arrived on scene, they found a male with at least one gunshot wound, and they said the victim was taken to the hospital, but his condition is unknown at this time. Right now, no word on any suspects, but anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 23 Crime. And we're learning new details about a shooting in Fountain Inn that killed 2 people and injured another. The suspect in the shooting, who deputies have identified as 45-year-old Patrick Piott, has been denied bond. Piott appeared in court this morning, and that shooting, let's remind you, happened yesterday afternoon at a home on Ivy Woods Court. The coroner says 45-year-old Andrew Smith and 72-year-old Richard Smith died in that shooting. The coroner says a third victim, who is a woman, was taken to the hospital and is reportedly in stable condition. The sheriff's office says Piott was arrested in Spartanburg County after the shooting, and he is charged with 2 counts of murder. The sheriff's office says all 3 victims lived in the home, going on to say Piott and at least one of the victims were familiar with each other. Well, NBC was there for the moment a mother and child were pulled out alive from underneath wreckage in Turkey. Matt Bradley witnessed it all.
There are people still living underneath this wreckage. Luckily, these men are in the business of moving mountains. So you can see these guys are chopping up all of this wood here. Now, this looks a little different from what we're used to seeing. This looks like the entrance to a mine. That's because it is. These men aren't rescue workers. They're miners called in to help what they say are people who are living inside. Inside, a mother and her 2 children just barely alive. Outside, an American crew ready to help. So an American medic has some saline solution. The Turks have been leading the dig, and now it looks like the Americans are going to assist in the medical side. Suddenly, the rescuers decide to make their move. Here she comes. This is unbelievable. She's been in there for nearly 5 days. The mission has only become more critical. One of the two children has already died, and they must struggle to reach the other. So we're still waiting on the little boy. He's still inside. He's asked for a phone to call his mother, the woman who we just saw being taken out. No. An hour later, they pulled the child to safety. Not a boy, as we'd been told, but a little girl, just 6 years old. This is the child coming out now. Nearly 5 days underground, a horrible ordeal for a child. To everyone's relief, she's alive and conscious. Thanks to the rescuers who know how to reach the light at the end of every tunnel. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Adiyaman, Turkey.
Wow, incredible images there. That was Matt Bradley reporting. Well, a little bit closer to home, fire crews battled a massive full-scale fire at a salvage site in Wayne County, North Carolina. There it is. You can see it for yourself. County officials said the blaze at National Salvage and Service Corps was reported just before 1:30 a.m. This site is a large industrial facility near a rail line that houses railroad ties. The large fire prompted a response from 17 different fire departments. Wayne County said Duke Energy and Tri-County Electric responded to shut off power to the facility. The county said there were no injuries or evacuations, and the cause of the fire is unknown. Kilwins in Greenville is making the Valentine's weekend a little sweeter for law enforcement in our area. Through Valentine's Day, Greenville Police Department officers are able to stop by to receive a box of long-stem chocolate-covered strawberries. Kilwins says it's a great way to show appreciation to the officers.
And we're really proud of the strawberries we do, and really all our products in particular. They're all quality products and just make us proud, and we're proud of the community that we serve. And we just want to do this to show a little bit of gratitude to those that watch our community every day and make it the community that we live in.
According to Kilwins, the idea came about 8 years ago, and they've been doing it ever since in all 5 of its stores.
And check out the peak wind gusts we've seen so far tonight. 31 miles per hour in Anderson, 32 in Lawrence, as well as Elberton. We could see them get as high as 40 miles per hour overnight tonight. So stay indoors. Make sure you have all your stuff inside if you can help it. I'll take you through the latest snow totals coming up next.
In the morning, you need to get caught up fast.
So get started with us right here on WYFF News 4 Today.
The team to trust for what's new, what's right now, and what's next. Wake up and watch WYFF News 4 Today.
Daddy's got it. Bounce with it, bounce with it.
That's my waiting.
Bounce to the
It's a little hot in it.
bounce to the way too loud.
That's just the tip of the bird, bozo.
Sight from every angle. 360 virtual camera in the Audi Q7.
Special report.
Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit net for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with talk, text, and data. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
He has hurt my ability to perform.
He hasn't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Now through February 16th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023 in a clean and spacious, judgment-free zone with tons of equipment to get you energized.
Low E, not for me.
Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, February 16th.
Weather can be annoying or dangerous. Know what to expect.
Impact is weather that could cause problems. Alert is weather that can be life-threatening. Stay safe with Impact and Alert icons only on WYFF News 4.
Sight from every angle. 360 virtual camera in the Audi Q7.
All right, welcome back. Good Samaritans and a microchip led to a reunion between a dog and its owner. And even though they were thousands of miles apart, I'm showing you how distance can sometimes bring you closer. A dog was recently found roaming the streets of Travelers Rest on a rainy night.
I saw him limping down the middle of the road in the dark, in the rain.
Jennifer says the dog was in rough shape.
My first thought was, I need to take him to the emergency vet and I need to get him checked for a microchip.
Jennifer's first instinct paid off because the microchip provided two names, one for the dog, Nugget, and one for the owner, Jesse Springer, who just so happens to live almost 2,000 miles away in New Mexico.
Can you hear Mom?
Jesse says Nugget ran away 7 years ago.
When Jen texted me, I was like, wait, what? I mean, this dog never left my side, so I thought he had walked off to die because he was already old.
But how could a dog who rode horses, went to rodeos, and even survived being shot just walk off to die because of age? Jessie says for years she tried to find Nugget. But now, thanks to a complete stranger and Carolina-loving hound rescue,
we have reunited animals that have been gone for a week or a month, but typically within a 100-mile radius, but nothing like this.
Jessie was flown in from New Mexico to Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, there she is. They put me on a flight immediately, and here I am. It's insane.
For an emotional reunion 7 years in the making. It's unclear how Nugget got from one side of the country to the other. However, instead of running away from home this time, Nugget will be able to fly back home with his true owner. In Greenville.
Look at how happy he is. I'm just thankful to finally have him home for, the last few years that he has.
Rashad Williams, WYFF News 4.
Great story there, Rashad. All right, so the highs the next few days will be still pretty cold tomorrow, of course, with this chance of snow coming into the mountains. But then it'll be gone fast. We'll see it melt right away Monday afternoon with highs back in the 60s and staying in the 60s the rest of next week. I got your full forecast up next.
Know first when severe weather is heading your way. Customize alerts for your neighborhood. Download the WYFF4 app right now.
Women who suffer from cardiac arrest outside of a hospital are less likely than men to receive life-saving CPR from bystanders. This is especially true for Black and Latino women. Be the one in your family to help change this statistic by taking the American Heart Association's challenge to learn CPR. Be the beat for someone you love. You can make a difference when it matters most. Go to heart.org today to take the CPR challenge and save lives.
Let's go! You go for a ride, exploring all night, driving now. You go for a ride.
It's your journey. Own every mile in an available H-Track all-wheel drive Hyundai SUV. Get a Tucson with 2.9% APR for 60 months or $1,250 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
At Rooms To Go, our President's Day sale starts right now with big savings on stylish living rooms like this. Just $19.99 or $37 a month interest-free. Save on great-looking bedrooms like this. Just $14.99 or $28 a month interest-free. Or this elegant bedroom. Choose dining room values like this. It's room after room, all at low sale prices with 55-month interest-free financing. That's the Rooms To Go President's Day sale going on right now.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current competitive owners get $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. See your Carolina Chevy dealer.
Sky 4, a view of the story you won't see anywhere else.
You are looking at exclusive video taken from Sky 4. More than 3,000 people are without power.
9 cars jumped the tracks.
Covering breaking news from above.
Live look from Sky 4.
Sky 4 and WYFF News 4. Live, local, breaking news. Follow WYFF News 4 on Instagram.
Benson, the name you've trusted for almost 60 years, where we pride ourselves on having the best inventory at the most competitive prices thanks to Don, our general sales manager. Always discounting when other dealers won't. He's laser focused to make it happen. Shop Don's deals 24/7 at BensonCDJ.com.
Live Super Doppler 4 weather is sponsored by Benson Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Time right now 11:15 on this cold, nasty evening. It's cold, it's rainy and windy outside. We've seen gusts get up to 20 to 25 miles per hour outside, and they may peak at around 40 overnight. And temperatures are thankfully still too warm for us to see any ice accumulate on surfaces. Here in Greenville and Spartanburg, it's 42 and 41 degrees. We only really have a very short window where that's going to be possible tomorrow. Thankfully for us in the upstate, the real impacts from this storm will be pretty minimal. 41 degrees in Lawrence. However, in Asheville, there will be more significant impacts because we'll be a little closer to cold enough, the freezing point, for some possible winter storm impacts. We've got a winter storm warning in effect for places above 3,500 feet, where we could see the highest snow totals, heavy mixed precipitation overnight tonight, switching to snow tomorrow. And the totals will vary widely depending on what altitude you're at. 2 to 10 inches of snow possible. Those lower elevations won't pick up much at all. Down in the valleys below 3,500 feet, it'll be very low snow amounts, up to 5 inches possible. But most places like our more populated places like Asheville and Hendersonville, probably just going to see half an inch to an inch at most. Mostly just going to see gusty winds. And even if it's not a lot of snow or a whole lot of snow, the travel conditions could still be hazardous. It all comes down to how much ice we see accumulate on the roadway. Satellite radar, big mess out there. And again, some of that starting to transition into sleet and freezing rain and possibly snow showers up in the mountains. Still mostly just looking at a cold rain across the upstate. Although we did see reports come in during our 6 o'clock newscast of sleet in Oconee County earlier tonight. But the temperatures below that sleet were just too warm. Thankfully, it was in the mid-40s earlier tonight, and we did not see any ice accumulate so far. The satellite radar big picture shows this big upper level low swirling down to the southwest of us along the Gulf Coast. Really pretty looking sight. You got this huge swirl of a storm that's pushing some heavy rain all the way back towards Mississippi and heading in our general direction. So let's time out the rest of the day tomorrow. Waking up early around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, still mostly just looking at a cold rain or some sleet. Then we get to 9 a.m. and that's when we start to see it transition into snow flurries in the upstate and more steady snow showers up in western North Carolina. That continues through the lunch hour. Really from 9 to 2 to 3 p.m. is when we could see steady snowfall in Asheville, Hendersonville, and Rutherfordton. And then maybe just some quick bursts of snow in the upstate, but most of us are just going to see rain. I hate to say it. For those snopefuls out there, this won't really be a big impact event for us, aside from just the wet roadways and the quick bursts of snow that could accumulate on grassy areas. Then we see it mostly taper off after 6 p.m. tomorrow night. The sky starts to clear out. We go completely clear overnight into Monday morning. Start off near freezing Monday morning, but then really quickly warm back up into the 60s. So it'll be a very quick-winded winter weather event where the snow showers, or excuse me, the snow that falls and accumulates will be gone before you know it. It'll be like a microwave, the snow or the sunshine on Monday. So very light snowfall potential. We're only really talking about the Blue Ridge Escarpment, where the mountains begin up in Pickens Athens, Oconee, and Greenville counties. That's where we could see some measurable snowfall. Elsewhere in the upstate, not so much. Western North Carolina, though, totals do look a little bit more substantial for tomorrow. We could be seeing, again, ½ an inch to an inch and a half in Asheville and Hendersonville along I-26, but those higher mountains could get as much as 5, 6, all the way up to 8 to 10 inches, depending on how high in altitude you are. So here's what we've got with the 4-day plus. Impact day tomorrow with the wintry mix and cold, windy conditions. Sunny and mild for Monday and Tuesday. Those will be it'll be, again, like it never happened. Sunshine's back Monday with highs in the 60s. More wet weather chances Wednesday and Thursday before we stay dry for next weekend and a little colder. 4-day plus for the mountains looks pretty similar with better chances of snow, of course. Sunny and mild for Monday and Tuesday. More wet weather Wednesday, Thursday. Dry and colder next weekend.
The Clemson men's basketball team is still in the NCAA tournament picture, but the Tigers need to secure a few more big wins this season if they want to play in the big dance. On Saturday, they had an opportunity to boost their tournament resume playing on the road at North Carolina. Clemson tied for first place in the ACC standings heading into this game. The Tigers trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. North Carolina trying to snap a 3-game skid. A fast start for the Tigers. P.J. Hall from deep. The Dortmund High School product had the first 8 points for Clemson. Tigers had an 8-2 lead at that point, but UNC catches fire. Caleb Love sizzling. That 3 gives the Tar Heels a 5-point first half lead. Things starting to slip away from Clemson, but Chase Hunter with an outstanding effort here. Big time chase down block there. That gives the Tigers a bit of a spark. Hunter knocks down the mid-range shot, but overall he struggled shooting in this one. He was just 3 of 16 from the field, and the Tar Heels surging late in the first half. R.J. Davis somehow finds Armando Bacot between 2 defenders. UNC takes a 9-point lead at the break, and the Tar Heels open the second half on a 9-2 run to put some distance on the scoreboard. Davis from deep there, then Caleb Love, a heat check fading away in the corner, gets it to drop. North Carolina wins big 91-71, handing the Tigers their 3rd straight loss.
You know, they shot the fire out of the ball, which always helps. You know, I need to look at what we did defensively. We weren't very good, and some of that's got to be my fault, so I've got to do better with that. I didn't think we played poorly in the first half, but in the second half, we did not play well. You know, they came out and started well, and we got out of character. We got a little individualistic, tried to do too much one-on-one, and just did not play very well, and it snowballed on us.
Clemson will look to bounce back on Wednesday against Florida State. The South Carolina men's basketball team trying to snap an 8-game losing streak. Ole Miss up late in the first half, but Jacoby Wright knocks down the 3 ball there to pull USC within 3 at the break. Wright finished with 17. The second half is a back-and-forth battle. It's a tie game with about 13 minutes left. How about Hayden Brown throwing down there? Brown finished with a team-high 18. South Carolina's up 2 at that point. With 7 to go, though, the Rebels go up 5. But South Carolina answers quickly. Brown makes an acrobatic shot there. Then Chico Carter nails the 3 to tie it up at 55. It's a 1-point game in the final minute, and then Wright comes up clutch from the corner. The 3 is good. Gamecocks take the lead, and South Carolina holds on. The Gamecocks finally snap that losing streak. They win 64-61. The Furman men's basketball team rolling at the right time. The Paladins riding an impressive 7-game win streak, and they jump out to an early 14-0 lead against Western Carolina thanks to a well-balanced offensive attack. Mike Bothwell, nice shot there. He finished with 16 points. A few seconds later, Furman's still rolling. Alex Williams knocks it down from 3-point range. Furman's up 15. Tyrese Huey also getting involved. Jalen Slauson as well. Slauson, big bucket there in the paint. Din still up double digits. Slauson finished with 17. Then check out this play. J.P. Pegues, a great cut to the hoop, and he finishes after contact. Every Furman starter scored before halftime. Paladins led by 10 at the break, and Furman makes it 8 in a row. The Paladins win 93-59. They've won 11 of their last 12. The USC Upstate men's basketball team earned its 3rd straight win with a wire-to-wire victory over Winthrop. The Spartans won 79-70. On Sunday, the only two undefeated D1 teams in women's college basketball will face off in front of a sold-out crowd at Colonial Life Arena. South Carolina women's basketball team will host third-ranked LSU. USC has won the last 13 matchups between these two teams, but the last 3 meetings have been decided by single digits. Only one team will be unbeaten after Sunday, and the winner of the game will also be in sole possession of first place in the SEC standings. Gamecocks head coach Dawn Staley says her team knows Sunday is a big game, and they're ready for it.
I think the UConn game helped us just prepare a little bit better, just mentally, for going in there, and it's a sold-out arena, and just the hype of it. So we just went through it. So I think it's helpful. You know, I don't know what LSU is feeling right now, but it's a big game, and hopefully both teams play and put on a show for our sport.
So far this season, South Carolina has stepped up against top teams. The Gamecocks are 5-0 against ranked opponents, winning those games by an average of 17 points. The North Greenville baseball team completed a sweep of Mississippi College Saturday. The Crusaders won game 1 of their doubleheader 12-11. They won game 2 3-1, and GU now 7-0 on the season. Clemson softball team also playing 2 Saturday. The Tigers beat the University of Missouri Kansas City in game 1, 8-1, and they won game 2 against Georgia State, 11-3. JoJo Hyatt had 6 hits on the day, drove in 8 runs for Clemson. Tigers now 4-0. Their home opener is coming up on Friday, the 17th. And Saturday was a historic day for the Clemson women's lacrosse program, which played its first game in program history. The Tigers took on Wofford. Hannah Hilkoff scored the first goal in program history, and the Tigers won the game 23-1. What a statement in their first game. Should be exciting to see what that group accomplishes in their first season.
I hope that continues to set the pace for the rest of the season.
Oh,
Griffin,
yeah.
I know you got a lot to get to for the Snopefuls out there that you called it.
Yeah, the Snopefuls. People who really want the snow, I'm afraid we're not really going to get much of any significant snow in the upstate. If you want to get the snow, go up to the mountains, though. Already starting to see it change over to sleet and freezing rain. That'll become snow by tomorrow morning, and then we're dry and back to the 60s Monday, Tuesday. So it'll be like it never happened.
All right. Well, thank you, Griffin, and thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching WYFF News 4. Telling your stories, serving our communities, celebrating 70 years.
WYFF News 4 Sports is sponsored by Fairway Ford. Always low prices and always open at fairwayford.com.